right, good morning to you, Grenada Carrier, Kupidi Matnik, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to this segment of Good Morning Grenada for an overcast-looking Thursday morning, the 10th day of November in the year 2022. I remembered my Cuban Spanish teacher saying, en el año, in the year. Yeah, good. How are we doing this morning? Like I said, I had a peek on the outside during the obituaries and realized again it's overcast. And someone was saying to me that we were getting rain from Monday. Well, that's what we get. We either get sun or rain, no snow. Thank God. All right, let's start it as we always do with the word of the day. And the word of the day today is the word lapidary. All right, and it is spelled Lapidary. Lapidary. And it is used to describe something, usually the style of one's writing or speech, that is elegant and precise in a way that suggests similar qualities associated with inscriptions in stone monuments. It also has the less figurative meaning of relating to or suggestive of precious stones or the art of cutting them. Now listen how it can be used in a sentence. In a single lapidary couplet, the poet exquisitely captured the bittersweet mood of autumn. Again, the word for today, jot it down in your little book and try to use it interchangeably. All right, lapidary, and it is used to describe something, usually the style of one's writing or speech, that is elegant and precise in a way that suggests similar qualities associated with inscriptions in stone monuments. It also has the less figurative meaning of relating to or suggestive of precious stones or the art of cutting them. Now, in a single lapidary couplet, the poet exquisitely captured the bittersweet mood of autumn. Yeah. 25 minutes on to 7 o'clock. That was your word of the day. Now for the thought of the day. Keep your mind fixed on what you want in life, not on what you don't want. Yeah. Sometimes we overthink. We think too far ahead. Of course, it's good to plan for tomorrow. But 90% of our stress comes from overthinking. What if, and what if, and what if not? Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So keep your mind fixed on what you want in life, not on what you don't want. I don't want to get on. Well, don't think about it. It starts with the thought. You understand what I'm saying? Nice. Keep your mind fixed on the things that you want in life, not on what you don't want. You don't want the bus to leave you this morning, right? So fix your mind on catching the bus on time. Yeah. Nice. Folks, I want to remind us that, right here on the Classic, we'll look forward to it from the 11th. Wait, no, that's tomorrow. The 11th is tomorrow, the 11th of November to the 23rd of December. Jingle and Mingle. From 10 to 12 noon, 10 a.m. to 12 noon, Monday to Friday. Just wondering if there isn't a mix-up with the date. Tomorrow is the 11th. Nonetheless, look out for Jingle and Mingle. And of course, I am putting together a decent Christmas package for us here on Mornings. Good morning, Mr. Orlando. Yeah, there are a number of, people, companies showing interest in doing something special. As a matter of fact, this morning I will be talking with the folks from Island Style and Bath as they come to disclose to us the Christmas promotions. The season is really on us. In traversing across the country, I'm seeing a lot of peas blossoming. I don't want the blossom, I want the green peas, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, time permitting, there are two stories that we would look at this morning. And as my TV guy was saying, but we spoke about that before, but people still talking about it. The government's performance, it remains under the microscope since the youthful team took up office following the June 23rd general elections. The performance has thus far received an approved nod. So if time permits, and time will permit us to have, a brief discussion on that. And also, the Grenada Trades Union Council refutes Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell's statements that union leaders refused to meet with him as political leader of the National Democratic Congress before the general elections. Two interesting stories. It's amazing the amount of time that people, spend discussing the politics of the day. Politics. Folks, we've got to get to understand that the most constant thing in life is change. Yet people don't get accustomed to change. Buzzing also, we hear that the Pan American Health Organization, that's PAHO, is on a quest to strengthen Grenada's immunization system. I like that story. Yes, your health is your wealth. Nice. What else is on the buzz this morning? Okay, the Chanel Alexis murder trial begins with Mitch Phillip now facing the High Court for the alleged death of his girlfriend, Chanel Alexis of St. Mark, as the trial gets underway. That's another sad story. I don't like to dwell on the sad ones, let them happen behind the scenes. Now, my good friend, the youngest member of Parliament, what's his name again? Mr. Franklin. Nicol Franklin, yeah. He speaks on politics and what he would like to see for young people like himself. Go, guy, go. Like I said, he is a good example. I mean, it was maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, he was attached to the GBN's newsroom, and we always talk. We had a good vibes. And in speaking with him, seeing his youthfulness, I said, "What would you like to be?" And he said to me, "I want to serve. I will get involved in politics." So when I saw that he actually got appointed as a senator, I met him. As a matter of fact, I met him on the street, and I said, "So you really stuck to your word?" And he said, "You remembered when we had that conversation, eh?" Congratulations, bro. Keep going. Keep pushing on to your dreams and aspirations, okay? Now, some good news for the tourism sector. The Grenada Tourism Authority announced the return of Air Canada and Sunwing Airlines, which both resumed service to the Morris Bishop International Airport from Toronto Pearson Airport. Yeah, got to take a flight into the airport once again, in the not too distant future. Go and spend some time in Ajax and Scarborough. Auntie Mirel and the folks up there, good morning to you. I want to say good morning also to Auntie Alma and Helen out there in Pearls in St. Andrew. Good morning to you. And I know that, mourning is in place as we mourn the death of Judy Pierre. Good morning to the Pierre family. Yeah, good. Stay strong. Auntie Alma, how you doing? You're good. Keep that smile on your face. She always has this pleasant, affirmative smile. Yeah. Nice. Auntie Elsa, how you do? I know my father go say long time I ain't say hi to him. Good morning to you, Joe, and your dear wife, Miss Annie Hilaire. How you doing all? You good, the entire home circle? Yes, folks, this is where we take the break from this segment. We've got to make preparation. As my good friend Blossom Alexis will say, I have to preparate myself for the AM edition of News, Sports and the Weather right here on K105. But for those of you on television and the social platforms, we've got a rebroadcast of last evening's GBN television news. So this is where we take that break. We come back on the flip side. We should be having the folks from Island Style Tiles and Bath, and subsequent to them we will try to have as much of a discussion, and where I give you the opportunity to let your ideas and your opinions flow. All right, so folks, this is where we take the break. See you on the flip side of 7.
products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Police are investigating a report of robbery with violence that took place at a business establishment in the south of the island on Tuesday. Initial inquiries revealed that two masked men armed with guns entered the business place and demanded money. They also threatened to use violence against a worker. The men made off with a significant amount of cash. For security reasons, the name of the business establishment was not disclosed. The Meteorological Office at the Maurice Bishop International Airport has advised that an Atlantic tropical wave is approaching the island chain and is about 86 nautical miles east of Grenada and moving westward. Based on its forward speed and model projections, the axis of the wave would traverse the island chain from this evening, inducing periodic cloudiness, shower activity, periods of rain, and a medium chance of thunderstorms. Due to the approaching system, there will be an increase in cloudiness and rainfall expected overnight. Models further suggest that the tail end of the wave, coupled with ITCZ activity, may trigger similar conditions on Thursday and parts of Friday if conditions remain conducive, with a medium 40 to 60% chance of flooding forecasted. Likely impacts include landslides and tree fall between Wednesday and Friday if moderate or heavy showers are prolonged, fall for prolonged periods of rain. Winds may become gusty at times and seas may become agitated. Hence, a small craft advisory is in effect. The National Disaster Management Agency is encouraging citizens to be mindful of the approaching tropical wave and the possible impacts it can bring. The likelihood of flooding and landslides will be increased based on the amount of rainfall received in the past few days. The Grenada Tourism Authority announced the return of Air Canada and Sunwing Airlines, which both resumed service to Maurice Bishop International Airport from Toronto Pearson Airport. Chrislena John reports.
In a statement, the Grenada Tourism Authority said Air Canada has a twice-weekly service on Thursdays and Sundays, and Sunwing Airlines on Sundays. The official welcome ceremonies were held for each carrier at the VIP government lounge at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. Both flights were at almost full capacity. Grenada has been experiencing a surge in air traffic with new and returning flights and will see further added capacity from Europe in the coming weeks. Petra Roach, CEO of the Grenada Tourism Authority, says, and I quote, "The Canadian market is our fourth largest market, with an average length of stay of 12 days. Arrivals from that market were significantly impacted, as Canada was one of the last markets to fully open back up for travel. We are pleased that the Canadian government has now relaxed restrictions on non-vaccinated Canadian citizens' travel. Our team in Canada has been working diligently with travel advisors and tour operators on exciting corporate campaigns and incentive schemes, and feedbacks from operators in that future loads are quite healthy." Civil Aviation Minister Dennis Cornwall says the resumption of direct services from Canada is critical as we continue to rebuild from the pandemic. Government is continuing upgrades and expansion work, which started by the previous administration at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. The minister said that this will effectively meet the present and future travel demand for Grenada. For 2023, seat capacity from Canada will be 27,745, which represents a 52% increase over 2019. Christina John, GBN News.
Government's performance remains under the microscope since the youthful team took up office following the June 23rd general elections. Their performance has thus far received an approval. Sherry Ann Brackman-Stephen has more.
Youthful energy with some level of, different eyes, looking at things differently is probably what the formula we need now.
A former business representative in the Senate and an economist have agreed that the government under the leadership of Prime Minister Nicol Mitchell commended a wave of confidence throughout the business community.
But I think the real confidence issue comes from the fact that a lot of the policies of the last government was continued. For example, the construction sector has been buoyant and they continue to fuel it and keep it more buoyant. So that is something that will keep the confidence of the business community going because, construction is short-term in terms of its impact to the economy, in terms of employment and everything else, but it works. So you have to applaud that, and I believe by not making major changes to these kind of policies from the last government, I think people felt, well, okay, yes, they're young, but listen, they're understanding the situation quickly, the learning curve probably is sharp, but they're getting it, and let's continue doing certain things.
Addressing the issue of financial issues on Monday's Beyond the Headlines, former Senator and successful businessman Christopher Diali credited the National Democratic Congress government for their youthfulness and managing the public service commendably well.
I think they have had challenges in the first 100 days. They promised certain things like the fortnightly pay, which they had to postpone and so on and do deeper investigations. They have had issues with inflation and what is happening in the country and how to manage that and how to handle that is something that they have met. All the thing with the gas prices, the issue with Grenada, and all of these were challenges they met, which I think, as Colin indicated, they took on head on and have come up with solutions. It may not be the best for everybody, but they have put forward suggestions.
Economist Colin Gilchrist is satisfied that government continued to meet its financial targets since taking over the reins of government, as there was no slowdown in the economy.
When you look at the revenue, prior to the election, the revenue were exceeding target for both revenue authorities. Okay. And today, every Monday after the election, revenues continue to exceed target. So I'm saying that the economy continues, and that was because of the approach the new administration took.
Assessing the Nicol Mitchell-led government's first 100 days in office, Gilchrist believes it's a job well done and that if they continue on this trajectory, he anticipates they will make a difference. Here are the grades the Nicol Mitchell-led government's performance received out of 10.
In general, I would say they have managed well. I would not give them a 10. Obviously, perfection is not what man is about, so I'll give them an 8.
As a teacher myself, I would grade them. I'll give them an 8.
Cherry and Blackman-Stephen, GBN News.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
Grenada Trade Unions Council refutes Prime Minister Nicol Mitchell's statements that union leaders refused to meet with him as political leader of the National Democratic Congress before the general elections.
Prime Minister Nicol Mitchell said trade union leaders refused to meet with him as leader of the National Democratic Congress before the June 23rd general elections.
I also want to say this to the trade union leadership, not the membership, the leadership. Let's not pretend certain things. When I was leader of the National Democratic Congress, we tried to get meetings with the union leadership. Not a single one of them met with me. They run, they hide, they duck, they found excuses. No one met with me. When we wrote the Trade Unions Council asking for a meeting, the response was the request was sent via email. We live in 2022. The response was to put it on letterhead. At that point, I realized clearly we were not necessarily going in the same direction. They didn't meet.
However, in response to the Prime Minister's statements, the Grenada Trades Union Council said it was never trying to avoid meeting with the leader of the NDC. The GTUC said that the PM statement is manifestly certified false, adding that there are documented records of all correspondence between the Prime Minister and the GTUC, making clear the picture of who was avoiding whom. Documented records submitted by the GTUC show that correspondence between the NDC leader and the Umbrella Union started on December 1st, 2021. The GTUC states in its press release issued to the media, from which I quote, "We are still awaiting same as there was no communication to the GTUC from the NDC leader before the election of June 23rd, 2022, more than 6 months, until the GTUC officially wrote the Prime Minister on September 7, 2022, requesting an introductory meeting. The Prime Minister was able to meet with the GTUC on November 2nd, 2022, 2 days after the statements were made. Prime Minister Mitchell, during a town hall meeting earlier this week, said there's no love lost with the GTUC leadership.
No hard feelings. When I became Prime Minister, they were happy to meet. In less than 20 days, they met, and we advised we were paying the pension. I also advised that the issue of pension reform must be addressed. They indicated, and I took the advice, one at a time. And we're going one at a time. We've paid the pension. The issue of pension reform has to be addressed. We have constituted a pension reform committee. We are leaving space on that committee for the Trade Unions Council to appoint a representative to that committee.
Cherry Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
A new cohort of youth parliamentarians has commenced training leading up to the 2023 series of Parish Youth Parliament.
In the quest to acquire more knowledge about parliamentary proceedings, the first-timers to the Youth Parliament, Kwesi Pope and Prior Campbell, spoke of their expectations.
I always have had an interest, ever since I was a little boy, in how government works, how it functions. The whole history of Grenada's parliament and our parliamentary democracy. So joining the Youth Parliament was an excellent opportunity for myself to not just learn and gain insight, but to know how Grenada's parliament functions.
From this training, I expect to learn more about parliamentary proceedings and to develop self-confidence.
The beneficiary of the training of trainers session, Amoni Francis, is charged with the responsibility of facilitating the ongoing Parish Youth Parliament training. Sharing her experience as a past parliamentarian, Francis says,
as facilitator, my job is to teach. I am technically a teacher, so I teach the same things that I would have learned about Parliament, how Parliament works, but I also try to make persons very good speakers in general. So we try to do a lot of impromptu speaking, just throw topics out there to them so that they are able to think on the spot, think on their feet, and just deliver something, say something just by thinking on the spot, just like that.
A major focus for this year's Parliament is the training of trainers. Past parliamentarian and training facilitator Tessa Sincere shares her rewarding experience and role as a facilitator in the training of trainers. Sincere highlighted the importance of engaging the youth in the Youth Parliament.
And it has always been an interesting experience. Not every cohort you get is at the same level, and so it is nice to see at the end of it that you can actually bring up the participants to the level where they can stand independently and deliver a speech. This round is no different. I am actually doing the trainers first, and then they in turn are doing the sessions while I monitor, evaluate what is going on and help them along. So I've already noticed that we have some very strong speakers, people who have already been involved in debating, maybe not parliamentary debate, but in debating. So they do have strong speaking skills, and it's just a matter of getting them accustomed to the parliamentary procedures, the standing orders, and refreshing their minds as to how we go about doing this debate.
The upcoming Parish Youth Parliament series is scheduled to commence in December 2022. Christina John, GBN News.
The Organization of Eastern Caribbean States Program for Educational Advancement and Relevant Learning has embarked on a community sensitization campaign to raise awareness of people living with special needs. The Ministry of Education is highlighting Grenada's well-known Jamal Phillip, who is blind but living his full life as a teacher at the Resource Center for the Blind.
Meet 36-year-old Jamal Phillip, who lives in the Lakalum housing scheme with his wife and son.
We met on Facebook. I sent him the friend request, and then he accepted, and then we start talking, and one thing led to the next.
What about him did you like?
Everything.
That's Yolanda Phillip, Jamal's wife. We caught up with Jamal at the St. George's Methodist School, where he teaches a student with visual impairment how to use the computer.
The way I perceive life to be, I just, the type of person that think once you're alive, you can be who or whatever you want to be. And nothing should stop you from doing that. Because I know I would meet up other blind persons, and trust me, I'm not making comparison, but I could really see them in a different light, because they would be like, oh, I can't do this and I can't do that.
His former primary and secondary school teacher, Imogen Howard, describes him as determined and hardworking.
Jamal was a force to reckon with. Despite he was blind, he was top of the class. And you'd find many times teachers would come and say, look, Jamal is blind and he's performing well, his average is this and he's coming in the first two. And you are there and you have your sight and you're playing the fool. Sometimes you'd find we'd have to say that because he performed in the first two from Form 1 to Form 5. He was giving the children a competition.
Ellis Ogilvy, who is the acting principal at the Resource Center for the Blind, makes the case for including students with special needs in the regular school system. He says teachers need to be educated and be more welcoming.
I think inclusion is necessary. It is important. The persons who are included need the exposure. They need to be with the sighted peers. They need to be with the quote-unquote normal peers. However, I think part of the challenge for us with inclusion has to do with the attitudes of some of the teachers in the mainstream schools. And you'll find that most of the times parents get what I would refer to as a pushback rather than the welcoming open arms, and that to me sometimes could be a problem. But I believe as long as we can do the necessary education of the teachers and so on, you'll find that once the attitude changes, I think it's going to make a big difference in the way we see inclusion for persons who have special needs, not just blind and visually impaired.
Special education needs is one of the projects being undertaken by the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States Program for Educational Advancement and Relevant Learning, OECS Pearl. A special education needs survey, which began in September, is aimed at ensuring that all children with special needs are counted and are given an opportunity to learn. For the National Report, I am Sarana Mitchell.
Tonight's Social Buzz is a special one as it features one of our outstanding athletes and puts visuals to the numerous words of congratulations on his latest accomplishment. Grenadians have been buzzing with pride on social media.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
Tonight's Social Media Buzz features Grenadian decathlete Cut Felix, who has been inducted into the Boys State Hall of Fame. In a post on social media Facebook, Cut says, "Not one for a whole lot of words. I just want to thank my family, friends, and coaches for coming out to celebrate my induction into the Boys State Hall of Fame. It is an honor and privilege to be part of such a prestige group of individuals. Thank you, Boys State Athletics, for allowing me to be a part of the Bronco family. Grenadians at home and in the diaspora show their support with scores of congratulatory messages. And in the words of Christina Swanawaga, congratulations, Cut. May this not only be your first, but a journey to many walks of fame awarded to you.
That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media.
Who are the ones to take care of the world down under? The ones who answer your questions and give you help when you need it. That keep things tidy and groomed. Think about the ones who keep you moving and the ones who inform you and keep you up to date. The people responsible for making you happy, and especially those who nurture. Tourism is more. Tourism is everybody's business.
Let's mingle and jingle.
You mean jingle and mingle, right?
Does it really matter? Mingle and Jingle, the mid-morning program that will drive the Christmas season. Weekdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on Classic Radio, GBN Television, and all GBN social media platforms.
It's where the deals of the season are, where the Christmas music is played, holiday traditions are relived, and where all the fun is.
Mingle and Jingle.
Or Jingle and Mingle. Mid-mornings from November 14th to December 23rd only on the GBN network.
Made possible by
Flow,
West Hall Rums,
Hard On Plus,
Duty Free Caribbean Holdings,
Ace Hardware,
Gittins Healthcare, and
Grenville Credit Union.
Following the COVID-19 vaccination, some people may experience side effects such as soreness at the injection site, chills, nausea, body aches, or a fever. But these symptoms go away after a few days. These side effects are a result of your immune system responding to the vaccine and are not a sign that you are sick with COVID-19. The COVID-19 vaccines will not give you COVID. When you receive your vaccine, the health worker will advise you what to take if you are experiencing any of these side effects. Remember, these mild side effects cannot compare to you not being able to share memorable moments with your family and friends if you fall gravely ill from COVID. Vaccines bring us closer. Choose to get vaccinated.
Mr. mentioned the wing high, then you have things like man, you must come back, you know. We have the low power that.
It is kind of like the same man, and it's just different name for the same kind of thing.
And last but not least, I just want to say to all the men who saw me, call me, and ask for a piece of cake. I'm baking this weekend.
Join us Fridays at 8 on GBN Television, K105 FM, GBN's Facebook page, and YouTube channel for We Culture.
You know, one day I woke up and, you know, they painted a set of pedestrian crossing all along the streets. You know, nobody told us how to use that thing properly.
I know how.
You're serious?
Every safe, good driver knows about these things. As a driver, you have to be very attentive. You know you're coming up close to a pedestrian cross, you start slowing down immediately, looking to see if there's any pedestrian on the side getting ready to cross. If there is, you stop on the line that is a certain distance before the crosswalk. Then you would see the pedestrian put their hands out, looking directly at you, indicating that they are going to cross. And only when you have come to a complete stop that is when they will quickly and safely cross to the other side. And then you continue happily on your journey.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact, wait for pedestrian to cross. Then you happily continue on your journey.
This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
We believe this new virus spreads mostly from person to person through respiratory droplets produced when someone who is sick coughs or sneezes. This is similar to how flu and other respiratory illnesses spread. These droplets can land in the mouth or nose of people nearby, or possibly be inhaled into the lungs. Most person-to-person spread happens when people are in close contact. It's also possible that this virus can spread when someone touches a contaminated surface and then touches the mouth, nose, or eyes.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
One day I was out playing with my friend Kevin and he was really moody. I asked him what was the matter. Someone in his family had been doing mean things to him. He said he had to keep it a secret. Good secrets are cool things like a surprise party or a gift for a special occasion. A bad secret is when someone hurts or harms you and tells you not to tell anyone. Sometimes they might give you little things to make sure you don't tell. That's another bad secret to keep. Because as a child, when someone hurts you, you can feel really alone and afraid. And the best people to help you are the ones you love and really, really trust. I asked him if there was any adult that he trusted. So we worked up a little plan for Kevin to talk to one of them. A while after that, I could see my friend was doing much better. Now we tell all our pals about good secrets and bad secrets so that we can all feel brave, safe, and strong. Break the silence. Child abuse is one secret you should never keep.
I made a stupid mistake.
See where it's now landed me.
My baby's now behind bars.
Feels forgotten by society.
It's time for us to make a change.
All of us make a change.
To renown Justice Reform Project.
All of us make a change. Make a change.
Instead of incarceration, y'all, let's try diversion, reform, rehabilitation.
Our youth needs a second chance beyond bars.
A world that accepts them with open arms.
It's nice to know that you're here.
Just know that we care.
This time we'll do our part.
Let's all make a fresh start.
It's time for us to make a change.
All of us make a change.
To renown Justice Reform Project.
All of us make a change. change.
Make a change. The Juvenile Justice Reform Project, a new path to changing lives for good, funded by USAID and the OECS Secretariat.
Stepping off the plane, it's so easy to breathe again. Life in the big city has finally took its toll. And it's been so long, but I'm finally home. And what better place to rest my weary bones than on this beautiful island where there's so much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something there to remind me of my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's the sound that's ever
folks. Sorry for that slight delay. We're experiencing, a little technical difficulty, but as promised, I've got with me on the line Miss Nicol Alexander. She is the marketing manager for Island Style and Bath. Good morning to you, Nicol.
Good morning. Good morning.
And how are you doing?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
Well, I am not doing too bad myself. All right, there's nothing better than seeing a beautiful face like yours and a cup of coffee in the morning, okay? Island Style Tiles and Bath, you are the marketing manager there. What's happening with Island Style Tile and Bath? How is Island Style Tile and Bath doing?
So we're offering free tiles for Christmas this year. So that's what we're doing right now.
Free tiles for Christmas?
Yes,
Santa?
Free tiles for Christmas.
Well, you need to change your name to Santa Claus. Who does that? Okay, tell us all about it.
Okay, so Island Style Tile and Bath, we normally run our free tiles for Christmas sale. However, for the past 2 years, we've had a little pause, but we decided to bring it back to give back to our valued customers. So for clients who purchase over 100 tiles at the regular price, they qualify for up to 20 free tiles. And for those persons who purchase less than 100 tiles, they can get up to 15% off individual tile models in store.
Okay, wow. Let me ask you this. I want some background information. How long has Island Style Tile and Bath been operating here in Grenada?
I didn't hear.
How long has Island Style Tile and Bath been operating in Grenada? Okay, you're still not hearing me. Okay. All right. I presume we might be having a technical issue somewhere. Okay. Are you hearing me now?
Yes.
Good.
I'm hearing you now.
Right. Lovely. So tell me, how long has Island Style Tile and Bath been operating out of Grenada?
About 10 years.
About 10 years. And how has business been?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, it must be, business must be doing... You must be getting the kind of support that you're looking for to have such a package for Christmas. Free tiles. Nobody ever hears about that. Okay, so tell me, what are the varieties of tiles that people can come there and look forward to? What's your range?
Okay, so we have wall tiles, we have floor tiles, we have decorative tiles. So these are the really nice luxury tiles that you put in your kitchen and your bathroom. We have a large formatted tiles. We have indoor tile, outdoor tiles, ceramic tiles, porcelain tiles. So we have everything tiles at Island Style.
Everything tiles. and what's even more important is the prices are unbeatable.
Yes, the price is definitely right at Island Style. And with this free tiles for Christmas promotion, not only do you get free tiles if you purchase quantities of over 100 at the regular price, but if you don't and you have smaller projects, you can also get up to 15% off. And the promotion is not just on tiles. You can get your bathroom accessories. So you can get your bathroom fixtures, so your toilets, your tubs, your bathroom vanities. You can get your thin set and grouts. Everything is on special in store.
Okay, let me ask you this. Ever so often, people get they get creative, so they might be doing some paving, let's say paving their yard and so forth, and they usually try to have what we call broken tiles. You do the concrete and you put the tiles so you get a nice pattern. I know you had that in the past. Do you still have, some folks call it damaged tiles? I don't call it damaged tiles, but do you still have this sort of tiles that people can come and just create their own designs?
Yeah, people call them crazy tile. We do have these damaged tiles available, yes. You can get 50% off on porcelain and 35% off on ceramic.
Okay. And we're well into the Christmas season, so have people started taking advantage of this great offers that you're having so far? What's sales like?
Yes, the interest is definitely there. We have a steady flow of customers coming in. And it's not just, for example, let me correction on that damaged tiles. It's the other way around. It's 50% on porcelain and 50% on ceramic and 35% on porcelain. However, We do also have our low stock special. So if you purchase all the tile models in a low stock model, you get 50% off. So with these promotions, we are definitely getting a steady flow of clients in store, and we're welcoming more persons to come in.
Okay. Now, what is, I know that Island Styles Tile and Bath is not only and all about tiles. What is your best seller other than tiles? What is in greatest demand at the moment? You didn't hear me. Okay, what is in greatest demand? I know you're not only about tiles, all right? You have a wide range of other items and products. What is the fastest seller at the moment besides your tiles?
Definitely fin sets and grouts. Definitely fin sets and grouts.
And is this seasonal?
Yeah, so if our clients don't necessarily purchase tiles from us, but they want our tile adhesive, so your thin sets and grout, your tile complements, that is definitely going quick as well.
For someone who is a first timer, can you give us some directions as to how we can get to Island Style Tile and Bath?
Sure. So we are located on Montrouge Road in Grenada. So we are in the 2-story blue and white building. We have our free tile banners all in the front, so you can't miss us.
And what's about, let's assume someone from St. Patrick comes to purchase. Do you do deliveries?
Yes, we do deliveries based on the quantities that they book, yes.
Okay, wow. Well, you've got it covered. All right, well,
yes.
in anything you'd like to add in wrapping up?
Yes, for sure. You can follow us on our social media pages. This is Instagram and Facebook at islandstyleinteriors.com. We post our updates, our new arrivals, and whatever specials we have in store. So that's one of the best places to reach us. You can also call us at 439-TILE. That's 439-8453 or 414-8453.
Okay, and for accommodating you so early in the morning, is there any extra special for me?
Sorry?
For accommodating you so early this morning, and let's assume I go down to take advantage, will there be a little extra discount for me?
For coming in so early this morning,
yeah.
I didn't hear.
All right, I was just trying to be funny. Okay, well, I want to wish you and your team at Island Style and Bath all the best.
Customer service with a smiles.
Okay, definitely so. And with that smile, you do it all. You do it all. I know we'll be hearing more from you as the season progresses, so we look forward to another conversation where you can, update us onto how things are going and what other specials you might think of throwing in the basket and so forth, all right? Good. We seem to be having a connectivity issue here, but nonetheless, Ms. Nicol Alexander, thanks for dropping by on the GBN. And
no problem.
we look forward to another engagement, okay?
Yes.
All right. Have yourself a great day now.
You too. All right. Bye.
All right, folks, I've been speaking there with Miss Nicol Alexander. She's the marketing manager at Island Styles Tile and Bath, and you've got to go on down there and take advantage of the great deals that they've got in store. This season, I know people are predicting that this Christmas season is going to be off the hook, so we look forward to that. And just go on down and take advantage of the great deals that they've got. We've got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Ultratech gasoline and diesel. Available only at Rubis stations.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money.
Who are the ones to take care of the world down under? The ones who answer your questions and give you help when you need it. That keep things tidy and groomed. Think about the ones who keep you moving. And the ones who inform you and keep you up to date. The people responsible for making you happy, and especially those who nurture. Tourism is more. Tourism is everybody's business.
Are you busy during the week and have no time to go to the credit union to access your loans? Do you wish there were more days available to you? We can help. Our Loan Saturday is back by popular demand this and every Saturday at the GUT Credit Union Grandance Branch, Excel Plaza. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing that you have access to your credit union even on a weekend. So come on in and take advantage of our services every Saturday. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
All right, thank you very much once again. Welcome back, and just taking a peek into our Facebook page, and someone, Alista Warwood, a comment that the thing about buying tiles in Grenada is the replacement. You go back to add more of the same and you can't find it. The only color is the plain white. All right, Miss Alexander, you heard that. Okay, so a word to the wise is sufficient. Also, good morning, Gordon. Good morning, Grenada. Blessings to all on this thankful Thursday. Have a wonderful, safe day, everyone. Coming from Yulin Alexander. Well, good morning to you too, Yulin, all the way from New York. Alison Cox Asplund said, good morning to everyone. Good morning to you too, Alison, and hope you're having a wonderful day thus far. As time permits, we said we wanted to touch on some issues here. Okay. The first one that we, in my opinion, but in any case, my opinion doesn't matter this morning. All right, government's performance remains under the microscope. The youthful team took up office following the June 23rd general elections. The performance has been thus far received an approved nod. How are they doing? Give us a call, 435-2041. You would see that clip coming up on TV, and I would appreciate your calls. Ever so often we need to let our politicians know how they're doing. And one of the things I'm looking forward to on the campaign trail, it was said that ever so often the parliamentarians will revisit their constituencies and engage with the constituents to hear what's going on. And so far I cannot say it was done. I cannot say it wasn't also, because I am not usually on the ground like that. I was hoping that we could have run that clip, but someone is already calling. So
youthful energy with some level of, different eyes looking at things differently is probably what the formula we need now.
A former business representative in the Senate and an economist have agreed that the government under the leadership of Prime Minister Nicol Mitchell commended a wave of confidence throughout the business community.
But I think the real confidence issue comes from the fact that a lot of the policies of the last government was continued. For example, the construction sector has been buoyant, and they continue to fuel it and keep it more buoyant. So that is something that will keep the confidence of the business community going, because construction is short short term in terms of its impact to the economy, in terms of employment and everything else, but it works. So you have to applaud that, and I believe by not making major changes to these kind of policies from the last government, I think people felt, well, okay, yes, they're young, but listen, they're understanding the situation quickly, the learning curve probably is sharp, but they're getting it, and let's continue doing certain things.
Addressing the issue of financial issues on Monday's Beyond the Headlines, former Senator and successful businessman Christopher Diali credited the National Democratic Congress government for their youthfulness and managing the public service commendably well.
I think they have had challenges in the first 100 days. They promised certain things like the fortnightly pay, which they had to postpone and so on, and do deeper investigations. They have had issues with inflation and what is happening in the country and how to manage that and how to handle that is something that they have met. All the thing with the gas prices, the issue with Grenada 10th, and all of these were challenges they met, which I think, as Colin indicated, they took on head on and have come up with solutions. It may not be the best for everybody, but they have put forward suggestions.
Economist Colin Gilchrist is satisfied that government continued to meet its financial targets since taking over the reins of government, as there was no slowdown in the economy.
When you look at the revenue, prior to the election, the revenue were exceeding target for both revenue authorities. Okay. And today, every Monday after the election, revenues continue to exceed target. So I'm saying that the economy continues, and that was because of the approach the new administration took.
Assessing the Deacon Mitchell-led government's first 100 days in office, Gilchrist believes it's a job well done, and that if they continue on this trajectory, he anticipates they will make a difference. Here are the grades the Deacon Mitchell-led government's performance received out of 10.
In general, I would say they have managed well. I would not give them a 10. Obviously, perfection is not what man is about, so I'll give them an 8.
As a teacher myself, I would grade them. I'll give them an 8.
Cherian Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Thank you very much, Cherian. And folks, this is a time when I want you to give them your grading. All right, how do you grade the government's performance thus far? I love Mr. Diali, the response. 10 out of 10, that's perfection. They're doing, in my opinion, they're doing fine. But 10 out of 10, I think that's personal. I think that's too high a grade. Good morning.
As a preamble, Gordon, to what the speakers have to say, now I would just like to suggest that the TH and the D are two different pronunciations. Now, if you say thing, it means that the tongue goes to a ridge called the alveolar ridge. If you say thing, as in that, as in then, as in thou, the tongue goes between the teeth. Okay?
Okay.
So please, focus on those things when you're speaking. Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Belfort. All right. Not necessarily the participatory with the discussion, but nonetheless, thanks anyway. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, sweetheart. How are you going?
I am not going anywhere. I'm here until 10.
You will stay right there. I want to grade my government this morning. I find it doing good, and I'm giving them 9.5 points. You know the reason why?
Tell me.
We had a government, they had $50 million down there, and people catching the royal baking powder in Grenada here.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody feel it. And this young Deacon, Honorable Deacon Mitchell come, and he said, let me ease up the pressure on the poor people. We go pay all the pension and smile on their face. Okay. You take all the money, go pay back and smile on their face. So I grade them 9.5 this morning.
Okay. Thank you.
God bless NBC.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. 9.5 out of 10. How do you grade them? Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to the program. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
All right. How you grade the new administration thus far?
I grade them 9.
9?
Yes.
Okay, tell me why. Okay, she's gone. Oh my goodness. I would have loved to hear why. You want to know how I grade them? I grade them... I'll tell you later on, okay? Good morning. Okay, we've lost that caller. Folks, it's 22 minutes on to the hour of 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock workers, you should be on the road. Want to say good morning to the Regis family out there in St. David. Teacher Reggie, how you doing? Hope all is well. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Gordon.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Yes, thank you. Innocent, I give them an A, you know? I don't know if we're taking notice. This is a new government. I don't know how many of us have looked at that. None of those people who are now ministers have ever held ministerial portfolio before. So, Innocent, this is something, I think I shared this on your program. We need to pay attention. A lot of things we don't pay attention to. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. Thank you oh so much. 435-2041. How do you grade the government's performance thus far? And I like what the previous caller just said. You know, they're a youthful administration, and it's still very early to really give, you know, they're not even at the midterm exams as yet. All right, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent.
How are you?
I'm good, and how are you? How you meditating that weather this morning?
Oh man, that's my favorite weather.
Okay then.
That's my favorite kind of weather.
Okay. With the new administration, they're young, but that doesn't say they don't know what they're doing. Nobody knows everything, but you learn as you go along. Each one teach one. And in my assumption, I am grading them 95%. Take it or leave it. 95%. We going good. Have a good day.
You too, my dear. You too. All right. Good morning, Gordon. Mary Peters, good morning to you also. Hope you're doing fine. Yeah. Want to say good morning to the folks inside of New York and Toronto. Maybe I should not, even call a name because we listened all over the world. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Innocent.
Yes, good morning.
Let me turn down the thing a little. I normally...
You need to control the background.
Sorry. Nobody should give somebody perhaps an A or an A plus because they would feel they have accomplished all what they have done. So I would give possible 8. And it's easier to see 1 to 8 than to see 1 to 100. In fact, why I wouldn't give them 10? It is because they would feel that they have done the best, so they wouldn't be motivated to do better.
Okay.
Even if they have worked for 10, I wouldn't give them because I want them to do much better. I don't know what criteria other people use, but I want us to live a prolific life.
Okay.
With this change that took place.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you. 19 minutes on to 8 o'clock, and we're looking at your grading of the new administration. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. And how are you doing?
I am doing fine. How about you?
Well, not too bad,
All right. Welcome to the program.
In light of what the last caller said, I'll give them a 7.
You give them a 7.
Because I think that they're making a great effort. All right?
Okay.
They're making a great effort. However, there are 2 little things that I really want them to brush up on.
Tell me.
Tell them. The communication with the public in terms of education and the cost of education, and how the public can, work together with the government to fund education, because education is not cheap. Right? The government paying the fees, it's basically tuition fee. But there are other fees that go with schools that, that is necessary that the public has to assist in. And if we give them this feeling that education is free, that could be a dangerous precedent. So I would take out 1 mark for that. And the second mark comes out with the sports council that is in the making but not yet here. And in some cases, I think some of the fields are not cared for at the moment. I say some, not all.
Right.
And so when we transit, I'm looking forward for a smoother transition. All right? But by and large, the government has stuck to the promises. I mean, the administration has stuck to the promises, and we're getting there. It's not an easy road. I hope that we can stick together to get where we really have to get so we can have a better Grenada.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Have a good one. All right, folks, that's it. 17 minutes on to. Alison Cox Asplund says, I say 9 because they are working and representing Grenada and Grenadians well. Okay. And that's our Facebook comment page. Sonia Mathlin Scott says, agree with you, caller, because we have to leave room for improvement, and they are doing well for a young new team. Nice. All right, folks, so this is where we take a quick break, and we will come back with the folks from the Grenada Football Association as we look ahead. You know, we've got CONCACAF on the way. We've got a game against the US of A in March 2023. The preparation mode is on, and we take a quick break. We'll be back with representatives from the GFA momentarily. Don't you go anywhere.
Ultratech gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money.
Who are the ones to take care of the world down under? The ones who answer your questions and give you help when you need it. That keep things tidy and groomed. Think about the ones who keep you moving and the ones who inform you and keep you up to date. The people responsible for making you happy, and especially those who nurture. Tourism is more. Tourism is everybody's business.
Are you busy during the week and have no time to go to the credit union to access your loans? Do you wish there were more days available to you? We can help. Our Loan Saturday is back by popular demand this and every Saturday at the GUT Credit Union Grandance Branch, Excel Plaza. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing that you have access to your credit union even on a weekend. So come on in and take advantage of our services every Saturday. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
All right, good morning, folks. Welcome back. And we've got with us this morning the communications officer at the Grenada Football Association. Good morning to you, Rhea Murray. How are you doing this morning? Okay, I need to do this. All right, good.
Good morning. You're hearing me?
Yes, lovely. Loud and clear.
So, good morning. It's a pleasure, always a pleasure, to be on GBN. But good morning to you. It's a rainy day, but I'm feeling good.
Is it rainy?
It is. It is.
Okay, which part of the vineyard are you?
Which part?
Which part of the island are you?
I am actually in Tantine.
Oh, and it's raining, so that means it should be raining here as well. I haven't been outside for a while.
Okay.
Good. All right, thanks.
I do remember the studio, and yeah, you won't see outside.
Good, nice. So tell me, what's popping at the GFA? I know a number of things are happening at the moment. A number of plans are in the way. As a matter of fact, I read a sports item this morning with the return of our goalkeeper that was in the US, and he's coming in preparation for the CONCACAF game and so forth. You've got a series of training and so forth. What's happening with the GFA?
All right, it's so much happening in terms of development for football in Grenada, Carrick, and Petit Martinique. As you mentioned, Jason Belfon, he is back from the US and he's back in training with the senior men's national team. And after the 2 international friendlies we had against SVG, the historic international friendly in Carriacou, and then the return leg in SVG, the Spice Boys are back in training at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium twice per week before we ramp it up in preparation for the CONCACAF Nations League match next year. And that would be in March 2023. Okay. But why we're excited and celebrating today is that we have top U.S. goalkeeping coach Phil Wedon, and he is visiting Grenada this weekend. He is expected to arrive here tomorrow aboard American Airlines, landing at about 2:49. And he's coming to do a series of training sessions with our goalkeepers and goalkeeper coaches, because we know how important goalkeeping is to the game of football. We have our defenders, we have our strikers, we have our wingers, you name it, but we know how important it is to have a solid goalkeeper. So we're excited. Our president, Marlon Glean, was the one who made the connection with Mr. Wedon, and he is excited to come to Grenada for a packed weekend. And he will have training courses, as I said, for goalkeepers, so our club goalkeepers, our national team goalkeepers, and not forgetting our aspiring and young goalkeepers in the secondary school system. They will also be a part of the action when Mr. Wedon comes from November 11th to the 15th. And just a little bit more about him. He is the only goalkeeper coach in the U.S. to have worked with the U.S. senior men's team, national men's team, and the U.S. senior national women's team. And he has gone with them to the Olympics. He has gone with the teams to different World Cups. So he is very, very, very highly recommended. And
let me ask you this.
He has trained.
Let me ask you this. I like what I'm hearing. Now, we have a relatively new executive at the GFA. This initiative here, bringing in this renowned goalkeeping coach, is that the trajectory that the new executive will be taking, bringing on foreign experienced experts to work with our local teams and in so doing enhance our standard of football here? Is that the direction that this new executive is taking?
Yes, indeed, because recently the GFA announced that we had hired a fitness and performance coach, Mr. Claudio Altieri, and he has been working with our national teams in terms of their performance, endurance, in terms of their fitness. So it's just along the lines in terms of the development. Where we can find the talent locally to do it, we will of course tap into those resources, but sometimes you need a little help, a little assistance. So that's where we're going, and we're happy that we were able to engage with Mr. Phil Wedon, and we look forward to the sessions he's coming to have. And just to let you know, it's a packed weekend for him. So on Saturday morning from 9 to 10:15, he's going to be looking at defending the goal, basic techniques and movement, and that's for club goalkeepers, the goalkeepers of our affiliates. And then he's going into defending the area and 1v1 cutback situations. On Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., he'll be working along with the goalkeeping coaches. And he will have a lecture for them, the role of the goalkeeper, maximizing the training environment, session planning. On Sunday, he's with the national team goalkeepers, all national team goalkeepers, whether youth teams, whether women's teams, whether the senior men's team. All our national goalkeepers will have their training session on Sunday. Again, situational training, repositioning, reaction training, you name it. And then on Monday, he will be with the goalkeepers of the secondary schools. From 9 a.m. to 10:15, he'll look at defending the goals, basic techniques, and 10:30 to 11:45, dealing with service and balls in the air. So that's just to give you an indication of the different topics that will be covered by Mr. Wedden. And also to let you know, he is actually currently the goalkeeper coach for the Philadelphia Union, and they, over the weekend, played in the MLS Cup final. They did not win, but a very good showing. And the goalkeeper of Philadelphia Union is Andre Blake, who is actually Jamaica's national men's team goalkeeper, and he recently won goalkeeper of the year for the MLS.
Okay.
And for the third time, and that's historic. He's the first man to do it in the MLS, and Mr. Wedden is his goalkeeping coach.
Now, Ria, let me ask you this question. All right, I like this, seeking the professionals to work with our team, because Marlon has, stated that he is going to do what he can to take the level of football in Grenada to the highest level that it can go, and I can see that intent. But why so short a period of time? How much can be, retained in such a short period of time? As teachers, we know repetition creates learning, but how much repetition can he have in such a jam-packed weekend? Is this a forerunner to future engagements?
All right. So, Mr. Wedden, he is experienced in terms of training, and so he tailors his program in such a way as to maximize in a short space of time. But as you said, it's a forerunner for things to come. It's a forerunner for things to come. We don't want people to think that this would be a one-off opportunity, during the tenure of this administration. So the president, the executive members, they're always on the lookout for people to come in and assist in terms of the development of football. So we should be seeing much more of this. But for the time being, Mr. Wedden would be here from the 11th to the 15th, and we look forward to him maximizing as much as possible, sharing his knowledge with our goalkeepers and goalkeeper coaches.
Okay. All right. In terms of the development of football, right, I would like to see a holistic approach. Nice, we're bringing in the foreign professionals, we're utilizing our top talents here and so forth. But what emphasis is being placed on local tournaments? When I say local, I mean community tournaments. For example, there's a football tournament taking place in Bellevue in St. David at the moment. What input does GFA has in these sorts of tournaments? I mean, I've witnessed a couple matches, and somehow I think that it can be a little more better organized and run, in the sense that you find players getting damaged. There isn't a medical team around. I noticed in recent times the ground was upgraded and so forth and secured and stuff like that. But don't you think we're running out of time? But are you going to, because it is of my opinion that if we're going to have the maximum of our players, we're scouting for talents and so forth, but I think there must be this holistic approach to it, even from what we call the grassroots tournaments, the village tournaments, and good morning to the operated football team at the moment. Yeah, talk to me.
All right. So that is definitely something that must be looked at in terms of creating that whole holistic approach to football, because we want to raise football to another level. But, we have community tournaments, as you said, that do not perform to the high standards that the GFA would perform to, especially if we're having a Premier League match, conference match. So there will be instances in which assistance would be sought to help clubs who are organizing these tournaments, and as much as possible, we would have tournaments being organized by persons who are not affiliated to the GFA, but that doesn't mean that they cannot benefit from training in the future. So, we look at how you organize, from marking the field to having a team doctor, physio there, at least one, and things of that nature. So I do believe that we will have these sessions coming up, always looking at development sessions to really take control of the football, and it's all geared at raising the bar. So as soon as we have those opportunities, we will indeed let the public know.
Ria, you are a media personality as well, so you know the importance of time. I give you 15 seconds to wrap up for us.
All right, so 15 seconds. The GFA will welcome top U.S. goalkeeping coach, Mr. Phil Wedden. From tomorrow, he'll be here aboard American Airlines, and he'll be here from the 11th to the 15th doing a number of courses, training courses for our goalkeepers and goalkeeping coaches. So we have sessions in the morning and the afternoon for our club goalkeepers on Saturday morning, then our goalkeeping coaches Saturday afternoon, Sundays for our national team goalkeepers, and then on Monday he has a session with secondary school goalkeepers. He comes highly recommended, the only coach to serve both the men's and women's national teams of the USA. And we're excited for Mr. Wedden to be here and to share his vast knowledge in goalkeeping.
Ria, that was 17 seconds, but nonetheless, thank you very much. And I do hope
Just 2 seconds shy.
Yes, and I do hope that we can have future conversations. And at that point that I raised, I really would like to see the GFA more integrally involved in the community aspects, because some superb talents can be found in these areas.
Indeed.
Thank you, Ria, and we'll speak again.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
God bless to you and your team at GFA. Okay, folks, this is where we wrap it up this morning, and I was speaking there with the communications officer at the Grenada Football Association. We've got to break it because we've got to join the BBC for a bulletin of news. See you. Bye-bye.